association. Kwani hao wenye wanajificha
We have with us before the court a notice of motion being supported by the supporting affidavit of one for custodial orders against the respondent's hearing for a period of 15 days to enable the investigating officer to complete the investigations into this particular matter of grave national concern. Well, I'm looking that this investigation is grounded on the fact that the investigation or ground the investigator says yet to complete is an investigation and does in fact in order to obtain the medical report and record a formal report and statement from the victim, who is currently hospitalized at Karen Hospital in serious condition, as well as to have the respondents assist the investigators in tracing and arresting the remaining suspects, since if released, they are likely to interfere with the ongoing investigation. The investigators also seek to suggest the electronic forensic analysis. And lastly, in order to ensure and safeguard the personal safety of the respondents, because the matter has caused a stir as well as a public outrage. Hence the need to keep the address the court at the day.
The evidence I'm going to give before this honorable court, starting the matter in question, shall be proved CI headquarters, and I'm the investigating officer in this matter. Your Honor, I have a supporting affidavit. Your Honor, as per my affidavit, the respondents were all arrested on the 28th day of May 2025 and put in custody at Capitol Hill Police Station by the OB that sits of 28th May this year, Your Honor. Also the Western Area Police Station by the OB 25 of 28th May this year. And Modaya Police Station by the OB 51 of 28th May this year, Your Honor, in connection to alleged offense of kidnapping in order to murder, contrary to section 258 of the Penal Code, creating disturbance in a manner likely to cause a breach of peace, contrary to section 95, subsection 1B of the Penal Code, and also giving false information to a person employed in a public service. Contract section 129, subsection A of the Penal Code. Clause number 3. That the matter was first reported to Mugodha Police Station on the 25th day of May 2025 void OB 21 of 25th May this year at 16:00 hours. The same was reported by one Peter Kerato Bari, the first respondent in this miscellaneous application, Your Honor. And who is also the chairman, the current chairman of Juja Constituency Development Fund. Your Honor, in his report, clause number 4, he alleged that Honorable George Koimburi, the sitting member of Parliament for Juja constituency, had been abducted by two unknown men who had their faces concealed in blue masks and driven away in a Subaru Forester shortly after attending a church service at the Full Gospel Ebenezer Church, Mugodha. Which has ended at 14:00 hours, and his whereabouts remain unknown, Your Honor. Your Honor, clause number 5. Police officers swiftly responded by visiting the said scene where the incident was confirmed from the church management and other witnesses, and the same had been captured by the CCTV cameras. Your Honor, clause number 6. At the same time, amateur video went viral on various social media platforms in the country, creating a lot of panic to his colleagues, members of the Parliament, families, friends, and the general public, Your Honor. Clause number 7, Your Honor. Your Honor, in summary, I have stated my points as per the affidavit, supporting affidavit, and my players are at clause number 36, where I state that the investigation are yet to be completed, and I will seek 15 days to detain the respondent in order to obtain medical reports, record form of complaint, and a statement from the victim, who is currently at current hospital in serious condition. Have the respondent assist in the investigations, tracing and arresting the remaining suspects. Since if released at this particular time, there is likelihood they will interfere with the ongoing investigations. Also, I will be subjecting their electronic gadgets recovered from them for forensic analysis, Your Honor. And lastly, to ensure their safety, personal safety, because the matter has caused a stir-up and enormous public outrage, hence to keep the respondent in custody until the ground is neutralized and the matter is concluded, Your Honor. That's all, Your Honor.
Report to find that the reasons advanced are compelling within the meaning of Article 49(1) of the Constitution. We submit that the requested period of 15 days is reasonable, as well as proportionate, given the complexity and the gravity of this matter. We therefore pray, Your Honor, that this honorable court be pleased to grant the orders explained in this application. That is all.
So, Inspector General, Inspector General. Now, you have sworn an affidavit that is quite lengthy, a total of 39 paragraphs that gives a lot of facts and a lot of matters that relate to the matter before the court today. Inspector General, where did you get this narrative from? Where did you get all these facts that you have stated here from?
You can quote which verse?
From paragraph 3.
Your Honor, these are an ongoing investigations, and we have recorded the statement.
So your answer is that these are matters you got during investigation. Is that your answer? And that investigation is when you interrogated the persons who are on this side, right?
And other persons.
And other persons. So in summary, you have already interrogated the people who are in the court. Is that correct?
But I'm not
Ms. Inspector, yes or no? Have you not?
Yeah.
Have you recorded their statements?
Yes, sir.
Have you also taken away the electronic gadgets? So basically, with them, you have collected all the materials you needed for them. What have you not obtained from them? Please tell the court.
Counsel, this investigation is not...
No, don't address me, address the court.
Your Honor, this is an ongoing investigation.
3, 4. What else do you need from the 3 people before the court?
I can't refer to my investigation.
You can't say what you need from them. Is that correct? Is it yes or no?
I'm saying it will jeopardize my investigation.
So you can't say what you need from them.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So why you want them put in custody is because you need more time to hold the suspect in order to, you have 4 reasons, right? That's right. As paragraph 36.
Yes, sir.
Let's go to reason number 1. You want to obtain medical reports and record a formal report and statement from the victim who is currently hospitalized at current hospital in serious condition.
Oh, yeah.
Let us look at that. You want to obtain medical reports from who? From the hospital. Do they work in the hospital? You want to record a statement from the victim.
Yes, sir.
Do they control the victim? To the best of your knowledge? You don't know. So basically, can you tell the court how their freedom will prevent you from obtaining medical reports from current hospital and recording a statement from the victim?
Your Honor, I have clearly elaborated in my supporting
Sorry?
affidavit.
Just tell the court, you can take us where they will prevent you from going to Karen to get documents or recording a statement from the victim. Just point to us where you have given the reason.
Your Honor, as I had stated, I've given my reasons.
Give us the reason.
In my, you have it in the support.
Yeah, show us where the reason is.
And one of the point I've indicated.
In paragraph?
That's 6.
Paragraph 36.
That's 6. No, yeah, number that's 6.
Yes.
Is to obtain medical reports.
Inspector Joroge, are you understanding my question?
Yes.
How will the freedom of these 3 people, or at least the first 2 people, prevent you from obtaining medical reports or recording a statement?
No, that's it. There will be none.
Sorry?
There will be none.
There will be none. Thank you. The respondents assist the investigators in tracing and arresting the remaining. Is that correct?
Very true.
How do you trace suspects? Is it, okay, is this your role to trace suspects? No, whose role is it to trace suspects? Is it not the police?
Not all the police.
It is who?
Any member of the public.
Any member of the public. Why choose this one, not me, or even these people who are seated here?
Because they are very involved in this.
So, the role you want, the reason why you want to have them is to assist you to go and look for other people, correct? Inspector,
Yes,
thank you. You also want them, still in point number 2, is that correct? Do you know the constitutional mandate of the police? Reason number 3, you want to subject the electronic gadgets recovered during the investigations to forensic analysis. Is that correct?
yes,
So the gadgets are in your possession.
yes,
They are taken to your lab at this here headquarters. Is that correct? And that's where they are anyway, isn't it?
I won't do that.
You will like that. What role do these 3 people play in analyzing those documents in the laboratory?
They don't have.
They don't have any. Let's go to reason number 4.
Yes, sir.
You want to ensure and safeguard the personal safety of the respondents because the matter has caused a stir-up and enormous public outrage. Hence, the need to keep the respondents in custody until the crowd is neutralized. That's the other reason.
Very much.
These people have been with you, or with the police for some number of years, right? Have they reported any threat to their lives or any danger to their lives? Have they?
The side who is showing their according to
Inspector Joroge.
no, they have not reported.
They have not reported. Thank you very much.
Intelligence.
I think that's enough. So, you conclude at paragraph 37 by saying that there is crucial leads for more recoveries and arrests, thus releasing the respondents would jeopardize the ongoing investigations. So you already know who you should arrest, and you should, you know, basically you know what you need to do. Is that correct? That's what you're saying?
It's a continuous investigation.
Prayer number 2 is kidnapping in order to murder,
Yes, sir.
and the second one is before you made this application, you had submitted your investigation file to the office of the DPP. Is that correct? For review and as a decision to charge. Correct? And you had proposed other offenses. And upon review by the DPP wrote back to you yesterday on 29th of May 2025. Correct?
Yes, sir.
And the DPP, that's correct, isn't it? Is that correct? That's it. And Inspector Joroge, if you may just read paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the letter that the ODPP wrote to you. Tell the court what the ODPP told you. Mr. Joroge,
Divulge this information.
Inspector Joroge,
Very unfortunate.
I've taken you through what transpired until a letter was written to you yesterday. Do you deny the content of this letter from the DPP?
Your Honor, it is a privilege of the council to tell this co-honorable court where he has brought.
This is a letter that is uploaded on CTS. For
Okay, I
your
believe
information.
Inspector Njoroge, that's a public document. It's even in the court file. I have a copy of that letter with me. So it's not a private document.
I wanted to know who supplied the information.
CTS is somewhere we as the access documents. So just read paragraph 5 of that letter, Inspector General. Paragraph 5, I've just put a line on that paragraph for use of reference. On page 1, just, it is there, you read it.
The facts of God disclosure possible criminal conduct. That one.
Yeah.
In respect to the respondent, or a penal court, including with respect to kidnapping, giving false information, and payment among other offenses.
Yeah, let me have my letter. And before you even hand over the letter to me, read the next paragraph after that. I therefore recommend
Come that the provision be presented to both the people or refugees for intake and further advice and possible investigation.
Thank you very much. He said you have materials to sustain those ones, isn't it?
Yes.
Did the DPP require you to conduct any further investigation to sustain those offenses? Just the letter is here.
Explain about that letter because you don't have the information.
We have the letter, Inspector Joroge. Does he?
You don't know where the letter came from. Let me explain you.
Inspector Joroge, I'm just asking you. The DPP wrote. Did the DPP tell you to conduct any further investigation with regard to those offenses? You may just
be given time to explain. So coordinate officers are the ones who approve these miscellaneous applications.
Inspector Joroge, yes. Did the DPP, either in Kahawa or do we have two DPPs?
Different officers. Or the body DPP but different officers.
Very well.
Yes.
So did the DPP recommend that you go and do further investigation and fill any gap in this case?
Yeah, we signed the affidavit. This affidavit.
They signed the affidavit?
Yeah.
The one that...
They approved, yeah, they approved
No.
the affidavit.
No, they signed the supporting affidavit?
No, the miscellaneous application.
You know, Inspector General, did they recommend any further investigation on those offenses that are in your application?
Yes, sir.
Where?
The affidavit.
In the affidavit? Whose affidavit?
This miscellaneous application.
Okay, whose affidavit?
Affidavit is mine.
It is yours.
You have
So
to-
do you work for the DPP?
No, I don't work for the people. But
So-
okay.
So in that letter, the DPP is telling you, we recommend that the application be presented to Adilifu. What is Adilifu?
Exactly. The people officers are-
ODPP headquarters for intake, for further advice, and possible registration.
And they advise, and that's why I belong to this miscellaneous application.
But just tell the court in summary so that you don't have an argument. They never told you to conduct any further investigation. That's true. So what of your knowledge, are they serving any custodial sentence elsewhere? You do not know. The suspect, the victim, the person who is in hospital, is an elected member of parliament who has police protection. Okay. Right? And that, to the best of your knowledge, Do you know whether they have ever breached any bail or board conditions set for them? You don't have such a right. Finally, in your affidavit, you say that the persons before the court were arrested on which date again? 28th of May 2025. Is that correct? Do you want to modify that statement? Is there one who was arrested before the other? On a day before or 2 days before? You start by your affidavit. In the course of your investigations, and I want to treat you as the person who was advising the Inspector General of Police in doing the press releases. Inspector Njoroge, on 27th of May 2025, this is in a public domain. If you don't have it, you can just look at the press release by the Inspector General of Police. Just confirm that's the statement he issued on 27th of May 2025. You may just flip the second page. You may just flip the second page, Inspector Njoroge. You did not know he had issued this one. You know that statement, right?
This one.
When is it dated?
May.
27th of May. And on the second page, the first paragraph, just read out for the court to hear what the IG said.
The National Police Service, NPS, wishes to provide.
No, to date. Just go to date. To date. The paragraph that says to date. It's a very lengthy statement, but just go to the paragraph that says to date. The investigative team on page 2. The first paragraph on page 2.
Today, the investigating team has interviewed and recorded statement from 5 individuals, with several more expecting to provide their accounts, and particularly Honorable George Koimburi, who we shall interview at the earliest opportunity after his family objected were acted.
So, these are my last questions, Inspector Njoroge. You confirmed to me that your boss confirmed that these people had already been arrested or they were interrogated before 28th, not the other people. You have interrogated other people, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. And also confirm that the only reason why Honorable Koimburi has not been interviewed is because his family objected to him being interviewed because he was critically ill. Is that right? By the Inspector General. Thank you very much. So you agree with me, the reason why he has not been interviewed, it has got nothing to do with these people. Right? Thank you very much.
Whether there is a political motivation to this. You have made reference to the DCP, but is it in reference to the respondents or to the sitting member? Do I take you to the specific? In this application. So it will be unfair for us to say that there is political persecution, and maybe the 15 days to send a message to the members of the other political party. Because clearly, that is not your objection. So clearly, this application will not serve any political movement. Or will they just be moving around police stations around Nairobi? How will they be assisting you?
I'm going to repeat myself.
Now be brief. You've been escaping that question. Yes.
Stated in my class number about 6 of the supporting affidavit.
Okay. You to soften the respondents.
Very much.
So they will soften within the 15 days. Then if that is the motive of the application, then include the conduct of the officers in this matter. You know, there's been the issue of the safety of the respondents. Is there any complaint that they have made as to their security? Not necessarily. So of all the OB numbers that have been quoted in the application, none of them has been by the respondents alleging that they are unsafe. Yes. So we can rule out. Your intentions might be noble, but I believe they will be better off at home. Would it be true?
Remember the hospital
Yes.
and maybe the safety as well.
Has there been any agitation out there? Agitation for their release? Maybe paying for their blood? No cases?
Other cases.
Yes.
We have other cases.
Very well.
We are not sufficient.
What evidence have you provided apart from the letter that clearly talks of an advert doing not any of the three? You provided a letter involving the city entity. Aren't you then speculating their involvement together with the city entity, who you've not maybe made clear? Is he the victim, a complainant, or a possible suspect? You will not diverge. So we can release these gentlemen, treat them with the same status you treated the member of parliament. Will it be fair? We will leave that to the court. I will leave that to you, Your Honor. How many days later are we before court since they were arrested? One day? Are you sure? How many hours make a day? 24 hours. I believe they were arrested on Tuesday. True? Today is on Friday. More than 24 hours. So, more than 24 hours later. True? So can we say that already their rights have already been infringed? And this is an application to try and sanitize that. I believe my colleague has brought to your attention the press statement. The press statement by the Inspector General.
On that one, it doesn't involve.
It doesn't involve you. So he was not speaking for the police act, which you are a member.
There's some information that I won't divulge.
So you will not divulge. So you wish to tell this court that you will tell what favors you, but when a question is posed, I believe we are at this stage we are officers of the court, we are assisting the court. So it will be fair to state that they were arrested on Tuesday, they have been in your custody, so that is not true. Very well, Your Honor. Now, my last question. You have stated all this. Now, for the third respondent, are you charging him with all the offenses posted, or do you have a specific offense?
The decision to charge is made by the key after completion of the investigation.
Very well. Now, you've stated that the ODPP, Howard, did not favor your suggestions. True? And we are
Not
here
that he did not favor, we went there for advice.
for advice.
Yes, Your Honor.
When they did not give you the advice you wanted, you came to a different ODPP office. So we can say that you are guilty of foreign shopping.
No, Your Honor.
You're not doing that. Maybe my colleague Mr. Wairima has. At what point were the statements from either of the respondents taken? Which day? It's either yes or no. They were not accorded. Where was the third respondent arrested? You need to be very sure about that. So you are not aware who arrested the person? So, given the fact that you do not know where he was arrested from, can we impute that you are not aware of when he was arrested?
I am.
Which is when? Yes?
28, Your Honor.
On 28th. During the day or during the night? During the day. When was the person first booked in any police station?
On 28.
At what time?
I quoted the number.
It's the time I'm interested in.
During the night.
He was booked during the night of the 28th.
Yes.
And the statement was taken
Afternoon hours.
on 28th.
Yes.
So we are saying, you don't, where was the statement taken from?
At PCI headquarters.
DCI headquarters.
Yes, sir.
And where was the third respondent booked?
They are booked in different stations. I confirm from my colleagues. But I don't know, the first one is in Capitol, just in area, and then in Maya.
And then we like that.
Yes, sir.
So we are not sure when they were arrested, where they were arrested.
They were arrested on 28
Yes.
and brought to various police stations in
Yes.
Nairobi. On the side.
Correct. To my understanding, my client was arrested somewhere along Kenyatta Road, just for the information to the court. And the arrest was done on 27 at around 9:30 p.m. You don't have that information. Is there a difference between arrest and putting somebody in custody? Or do they mean the same thing?
Then on the application,
I'm asking this because if he was booked at Muthaiga on 28 at night, and in my position, and according to his statement, which will be saying later, that was taken in the absence of counsel, he was arrested on 27. It means between 27 at 9:30 and the following day, 28 at night, there is a period that is unaccounted for. Okay. I want to go to your prayers and just have a bit of clarification on your supporting affidavit, point number 36. Is
that respondent responsible in any way for any medical report? Does he have any role in providing any medical report? Okay. Okay. Now, is there any OB recorded anywhere that impute that there might be a security concern for the that respondent? Do you have in your custody the telephone, the phones that belongs to the that respondent? Do you require our client for the forensic process in any way? You do not require. Now, just you say that you want to keep them in custody to assist in arresting remaining suspects. So, is there any way that a person in custody can assist in arresting someone who is not in custody? Right? Sharing information. Is there any way a person who is not in custody can share information when they are out of custody? The same information. My question is, whatever information you require from either of these respondents, can it be shared whether in custody or out of custody?
In this scenario, if they are out of custody, there is likelihood they will interfere with the investigation.
Have you provided any possible evidence on how they are likely to interfere?
I've just taken my support.
So you basically stand only on what you've provided here. No further question.
I'll go straight to section 36A of the Criminal Procedure Code, the one that gives the court the power to remand a suspect pending investigations. The section is long, but I want to only deal with subsection 5. And this is a section that deals with the question of when a court shall not make an order of remand. And there are four circumstances, I have no doubt you have a look at them. But you'll find that the investigating officer, through the cross-examination, confirmed one, that none of the respondents is serving a custodial sentence. None of them has ever breached a bail condition. And there are no basis to keep them in custody to protect them from anything. And the suspect, and none of them is a minor. There has been no basis laid or even suggestion that they will not appear before you or any other court as and when they are required to do so. Therefore, under those circumstances, this is a case that subsection 5 applies, that says a court shall not make an order for the remand in custody of a suspect under subsection 5C unless now we fit in all the four corners of that exclusion. You know, this question of remand pending investigation, I have no doubt you have a look at two outstanding decisions that set the criteria. First one being Republic versus Odero, which is reported in EKLR in 2023. The court was very particular because the court said bail, and this one is actually bail pending investigation. I'll come to subsection 6, that gives the court power that instead of remanding people, even pending investigations, the court can still grant bail if there are reasons to do so. And the court said, because that's the question that was before the court, bail cannot be refused simply because the accused has been charged with a serious offense. The serious offense, but the seriousness of the offense can be taken into account. I think that one I will not submit on that. But basically, you are being told to curtail the right to liberty by remanding the people who are before you, yet there are no charges that are before this court. Therefore, the threshold is very high to limit a constitutional right. And the affidavit and the application and all the materials provided militate against limiting that right. In terms of interference with witnesses, in Republic versus Gibson Kiplagat bet of 2022 TKLR, the court emphasized that there has to be evidence and material supplied to court to substantiate or to prove that indeed the person or the suspect is likely to interfere with witnesses. The witness has confirmed that there has been there is no material to suggest that, and even the witnesses whose statement is supposed to be recorded is guarded by police officers 24/7, just like him. And if that one is not secure, then I don't know who is secure. So basically, you know, uphold the rights of the respondents under section 49, the rights of arrested persons by setting them free. If any form of guarantee or assurance need to be given to court, can be by way of bail, it can be by way of contact persons or undertaking. If the investigating officer needs them, they can be called. Now that their mobile phones are with the investigation, with the investigators for investigation, they have counsel on record, they can give contact persons from their families to avail themselves. I therefore urge you to decline the application. That's all.
I stand a little bit frustrated because of the process that led us to this day. When the third respondent was arrested, I was called to come on record for him. That's on Tuesday the 27th at around 9:30. And for him to be arraigned in court this morning, it's way beyond the 24 hours. On 28th, during the day, I spent most of the day going from one court to the other, one police station to the other, trying to see whether the matter would be raised in court. Unfortunately, that did not happen. I was only able to access my client on the night of 28th at Modega police station. I must admit that he was well treated at the police station. However, his right to communicate with his advocate was denied for those 2 days. The only access I was given was on 20. If they are not coming to court with the clean hands, having said that, on the reasons given for the custodial order to be given, I find no reason whatsoever why the third respondent should be held in custody. Going by the submissions that have been made by my fellow counsel here, Section 36A is very clear on the reasons on why not. The third respondent has no role whatsoever over the medical report that the DCI will be seeking. Neither do they have any role for the recording of statement from the victim who is in hospital at the current hospital. I also put it before this court that the powers to arrest, or rather the powers to investigate, are entirely the responsibility of the state through the DCI, or rather through the police force, and therefore my client has no role whatsoever to assist in tracing and arresting any suspect.
Perhaps maybe you've just been informed when you were seated here that there is another miscellaneous which has been brought for a fourth person in order to save judicial time.
Dr. WAIRIMU?
With the sentiments of counsel, ably submitted for you, and the prayers therein. We pray that the court does make a reasonable decision with regard to the application before you, and give a just ruling in that regard. It is well before the court that this is a politically motivated matter. And Your Honor, the respondent is willing to submit herself before any investigative agency when needed. And it is therefore that we pray that this court does grant reasonable bail terms or unconditional release. So we submit.
Very well, so
Your Honor, we confirm that we will be relying on adopting the previous submissions as earlier submitted by the state, and we pray that the court will be kind and grant the application as indicated.
issues raised, I will do a proper ruling on the issue, so we can come back for the ruling at 2:30 today, then I'll give my ruling.
Criminal case number, miscellaneous number E1935 of 2024, 25 Eric Njoroge Madem.